What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream on the Texas Rangers Report. And this one, I'm going to be touching on the Willie Calhoun trade to the San Francisco Giants, going back to his hometown. I'm going to be touching on this, but if this is your first time watching the Texas Rangers Report, make sure to subscribe right now because I'm your number one source for all things Texas Rangers related on YouTube. But also, make sure to join the Discord. That link will be in the description down below. And in case you guys don't know, a Discord is basically just a big group chat, and it's filled with a whole bunch of Texas Rangers fans. So let's dive right in. And also, if you're watching on the replay, I hope you enjoy and give the video a like. So Willie Calhoun was, I think, DFA'd about a month ago. Not really a shock because he just, first of all, he wasn't really agreeing with the philosophy from the new coaches, first and foremost, and he just wasn't playing well at the major league level. So he was DFA'd, was sent to AAA, and he wasn't really playing well at AAA. But whenever nobody claimed him on waivers, I really thought nothing was going to happen. I thought he was just going to stay in the minors with the Texas Rangers. But things started to change when Eli White got hurt, in my opinion, because the roster's been starting to shuffle a little bit. Because, I mean, I'm trying to think about this. We lost that, like, solid speed demon, defensive caliber outfielder. And I think that's what we get in Steven Duggar. So honestly, the trade came out of nowhere. But I think it's a win for the Texas Rangers for sure. So let me break it down. Willie Calhoun going back to his hometown and San Francisco. The Rangers getting 28-year-old outfielder. Willie Calhoun is younger. He's 27. But I think this is a win for the Texas Rangers. I'll get to your comment in a second, Samuel. But if you think about this, Calhoun's WAR in the major leagues is a negative 2.2. Steven Duggar's is a 1 point or maybe 1.9. So if you're looking at it like that, that's obviously a win. But we have to dig into it a little bit deeper, okay? Like I said, we're missing Eli White, that fourth outfielder on the bench. I think Steven Duggar will go in tonight. I remember he's been on the 60-day IL for most of the season. I think he'll step in tonight, be that fourth outfielder. I don't expect him to be a starter on the team unless an injury happens. So I think he'll be that fourth outfielder, and it's nice because I think the Rangers are building a team where they value defense and speed. That's what you get in Duggar. He doesn't hit that well. He did have a decent 2021 season, so maybe with the hitting coaches, he can build off of that, but I'm not hanging my hat on that, okay? However, it is noteworthy that this is a San Francisco Giants guy. If you remember, Chris Woodward liked to stock all of his Dodgers guys. I can at least count 10 Dodgers names. I'm not going to do that. But Donnie Eckert, the offensive coordinator, was the bench coach with the San Francisco Giants last year. And obviously, he's probably familiar with Donnie Eckert's probably familiar with Steven Duggar. So it's interesting that they're using their connections. Obviously, I don't think that you're just going out and getting Steven Duggar. I think different things had to unfold, but I do think the connections help for sure. But like I said, I think this trade is a win. You still have an option with Steven Duggar. So if he's not performing well, you could send him to AAA. But the Rangers said he is going to be on the active roster. So a move is going to have to be made. And if you go down the list, I think it's going to be Ezequiel Duran or Leody Taveras. That just makes the most practical sense. A 40-man spot was already open for Steven Duggar, so you don't have to worry about that. Spencer Patton was designated for assignment, so he's on the 4-man roster already. We just need to get him activated to the 26-man roster. So I think it's going to be Leody or Ezequiel Duran. And in my honest opinion, I think it'll probably be Ezequiel, unfortunately, because I really like Ezequiel. He's been playing well, and it'll suck to see him go, but I think that's the move that's going to happen. But if you think about it, it's not going to be Charlie Culberson is not going to be Brad Miller, even though haven't been playing well this year. Because if it would have been those guys, they would have just designated those guys for assignment and not Spencer Patton. And then all the comments that I've heard from the organization and Chris Woodward has said that whenever Leody gets to the majors, they want him to stay. They want to see if he can succeed. So it makes sense that you keep Leody. Plus, he's a good base runner. He's good at defense. He's a switch hitter, so he's versatile. Yes, Ezequiel Duran has been better than Leody. However, Ezequiel Duran could go down to AAA, use this as an experience to work on his outfield defense, his infield defense, and get used to more experienced players. Because remember, he wasn't even supposed to reach the major leagues this year. So we can take that pros and cons. Yes, like I don't want to see Duran go, but I think that's the most logical thing right now. And then Josh Smith will be your starting third baseman moving forward, or I can be completely wrong, and the Rangers come out of left field and just have some sort of random trade. But yeah, I think the Rangers really want to see what they get out of Leody, because at one time he was a top 100 prospect. So it's not like, yes, you could keep all of them theoretically on the team, like Steven Duggar, Leody, and Duran, but somebody's going to have to sit on the bench. And with the prospect caliber status of Leody and Duran, you don't want them on the bench at the major leagues. You might as well, even though it sucks to send Duran down, you'd rather send them down and have him get at bats. Or even though I know some of you guys don't like Leody as much, you would rather have him getting consistent ABs in the major leagues rather than sitting one day, starting another day, etc., etc. And then you'll never know if he reaches his major league talent. From Samuel Sendite, did you cry all night after Calhoun got traded? Yes, yeah, I cried all night. Again from Samuel, any updates on who takes Hearn's spot in the rotation? I still think that it will be Cole Reagan's because yes, we did use a 40-man spot on Steven Duggar, but if you think about it, Nick Snyder had that weird injury, and I think he could be an easy 60-day IL candidate for Cole Reagans. But an easy guy that's already on the 40-man would be Spencer Howard. But if you think about it, no move technically has to be made during this Washington National Series because of this off day that we had yesterday. Technically, you could have Dane Dunning go tonight, Glenn Otto go tomorrow if he's ready to go, and then Martin Perez could pitch. What would that be, Sunday? Because that would still be 5 days of rest. I think that could technically work, but I don't know if the Rangers are considering doing that. So going back to the Steven Duggar trade, I really like it because he has 3 more years of arbitration. He's cheap right now, only $730,000. Yes, the Rangers are having to dish in a little bit of money to cover Willie Calhoun's $1.3 million, but I'm all for that. I mean, Willie Calhoun, yes, the Giants could turn him around, but it's a crowded outfield over in San Francisco, so I highly doubt they do. The Rangers got a major league talent, so I'm all for that. Steven Duggar will definitely help us this year, and maybe he could be a trade chip next year because it'll definitely be a crowded position group next year for sure. I don't even have to go over all the names. You guys know all the names, but I like this move a lot. It gives us speed, gives us kind of a veteran presence, and good outfield defense. I like what the Rangers are building for sure. Also, just a note, even if like Adolis had to play center field, Steven Duggar could give Adolis a break. So I like that move a lot. And like I said, he has the option. So I like this move for the Texas Rangers. And like I said, Steven Duggar had a 1.8 WAR last year at the major leagues. So maybe he's just hitting his stride. Maybe he's about to become somebody in this league. And maybe the Rangers just got a steal. You never know. But for a nice little flyer, it looked like Calhoun's career looked like it was over, and for us to get a major league talent in return, I think that's a thumbs up 100%. From Samuel Sandite, Otto will go tomorrow. I think he is, or maybe Otto's going Sunday. But Otto is definitely pitching in this series for sure. If you have any more comments, put them down below. But I appreciate everybody that's watched the live stream. And if you're watching on replay, make sure to like the video if you liked it, and make sure to subscribe to the channel because I'm your #1 source for all things Texas Rangers related on YouTube. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.